5.
Joining us now to review the headlines of today's newspaper from around the world is Emmanuel Malabite, a fading, great Malabite. Action. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Kayode Akintemi.
Good morning.
Yes,
bro.
let's start the review with this day Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story: relief as UKCourt quashes $11 billion judgment debt against Nigeria. London court holds award obtained by fraud. 6 evaluation of arbitration process. Tinubu federal government applaud judgment. Describe verdict as victory over corruption. Indictment of predatory international investors. Reveal company approached government last week for out of court settlement. Say further hearing by court will determine cost payable by P&ID. Yes, all Nigerians celebrating this judgment from the UK Royal Court of Justice, and Justice Robin Knowles delivered the judgment yesterday. Clearly, what was happening was some people out there in connivance with Nigerians trying to defraud the country of our common patrimony as much as $11 billion. Imagine that. And of course, it's a major story in today's newspapers. But as we are all celebrating, there's one person who should be celebrating personally. Of course, the story just above the lead there. P&ID UK court clears Shashore of corruption allegations by Nigeria. Of course, Olashukbo Shashore, former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Lagos State. Yeah, he was almost thrown under the bus in this matter. But I'm sure he will be doing Thanksgiving because he has been cleared and his name cleared on this matter because the judge, Justice Robin Knowles, rejected the corruption allegation leveled against Shashore. And of course, he went further to clarify that the legal tussle, considering his expertise in the reason why he was chosen in the first place to lead Nigeria was that, of course, he has he has been in the legal profession and his position as a former president of the Lagos Court of Arbitration. And he did his best, but unfortunately, he was almost being carved in a manner as if he was undermining his country. And the judge was very clear. His advice to Nigeria to investigate and allow expert evidence to be obtained and to proceed in a timely fashion was sound and constant. That's the verdict of the court concerning Shukbo Shushore. So he's a clean man. He did not do anything to undermine his country, and that has been made bare. Of course, the judge went point by point to exonerate him of any complicity in the matter. Of course, other newspapers are reporting this story. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper, P&ID excitement as Nigeria wins $11 billion UK court case. And New Telegraph newspaper, P&ID UK court quashes $11 billion fine slammed on Nigeria. But the Guardian newspaper, a different lead story. Host communities kick as proposed PIA review shrinks 3% allocation. Yes, of course, according to the Petroleum Industry Act, 3% of oil firms' operations expenditure should be paid to the host community. But there's a review that is in the works, and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulation Commission seem to be pushing the review of that law. But aspects of it, the communities are already kicking. One, according to the proposed amendments, the communities must fund new portal introduced by the NUPRC. They must pay lawyers and chartered accountants with at least 10 years experience. So the communities are already kicking, because what this means is that That's 3%. They want to dip. There's a 5% provision for administrative costs out of that 3% to the host communities. But now, with what the NUPRC is proposing, is going to dip into what the oil communities are supposed to get, and they are kicking. I'm sure in the days ahead, it will be issues for discussion across board. Now, the Punch newspaper, Tinubu certificate, prove alleged forgery beyond reasonable doubt, Supreme Court tells Atiku. Court reserved judgment on Obi LP's appeal, dismisses APM's case. Atiku insists CSU evidence, ex-VP's disposition invalid, says Tinubu. Now, the Nation newspaper also reporting the Supreme Court situation. Supreme Court grills Atiku's lawyers over CSU documents. Apex Court dismisses APM's appeal, reserves judgment on Atiku, Obi versus Tinubu. While, of course, the Daily Trust newspaper, federal government automates forex transaction as Naira slumps 1,220 Naira to the dollar. Admits illiquidity, pledges to clear forex backlog. Come up with critical reforms. NESG urges government help manufacturers with subsidy done. Of course, the president unveiling a number of measures yesterday that will help to strengthen the Naira. A number of proposals, yes, government saying that it will bring in more funds to shore up the Naira. We just hope these measures will indeed halt the slide of the Naira and bring some relief to the struggling economy. Right now, of course, the president also mentioned yesterday that the education, the students' loan will kick off in January. But it's like the government is just responding to newspaper reports, because yesterday, the lead story of the Leadership newspaper was that 3 months after, nothing heard about yes, if you can put up the Leadership newspaper there, yes, it's talked about the education fund, that in fact government was responding to their lead story yesterday. 3 months after, nothing, but a new date has been given, and we hope all the measures will be put in place so that this celebrated students' loan can actually take off and not just be a matter of headlines and newspaper discussions. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly. The Daily Telegraph of UK, EU clash with UK and US on ceasefire. IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, ready to storm Gaza as Netanyahu wavers and Hamas releases 2 hostages. While the Guardian newspaper of UK is reporting bombardment of Gaza continues amid talks to free more hostages. Rufai, Ayo, and Kayode Akintemi.
I think it was Ayo that said it very, very clearly, as best as it could be said, about the student loan. Where are the frameworks? We remember this has even been a campaign bomb, is longer than now. We'll give you student loan, 4 years will be 4 years. Where are the framework? They said they were going to set up a bank. Where's the bank? How is it going to be done?
Nothing has been done.
So nothing has been done. So we're waiting till January, just like we're waiting for the start of Port Harcourt refinery in December. There are many things we are waiting for. So we'll wait. Concerning P&ID, congrats to Nigeria once again. But it also shows how low some people can go to bring their country down, especially civil servants.
Well, don't just call all civil servants. Some civil servants.
Apart from the director that Mr. Andoka was talking about, there was also an advisor to the minister, in all of this, the Minister of Petroleum then, Dr. Lukman, that was quick to say,
former Minister of Petroleum at that time.
Then, yeah, that's what the Minister of Petroleum then. I was quick to say, okay, sign the MOU on time. You know what these people actually did? And if you read the full 140-page deposition in court, they were doing a deal before on gas prospecting, which had given them a $40 million, which another top Nigerian gave them for his oil company. It was called the Alpha Project. That project, they couldn't get gas. So it was around that time, this general expansion for gas happened in Nigeria. So they pivoted to this one, got their way in, won this concession, and they claimed that they had enough money to do the deal. But the truth is, they didn't have the money. They were presenting the engineering drawings from the last deal that didn't fall through as a new deal and couching an argument that they did, and they didn't put a penny. Even the land they were supposed to buy in Cross River for the gas and all of that, they didn't put any money down for that. So they were just trying to cheat the system with connivance of some civil servants, which was the sad deal. And the funny thing is that these people have not even, this wasn't even their first deal. They had done other deals in the security sector for the country where they had also extended bribes. And when you read the full court deposition, the name of former ministers were mentioned. So this is the kind of country we find ourselves. And I'm happy this has gone this way. Then Nigeria now has the right to be able to make a claim. At least we'll be able to make a good claim from them, from PNI, and they must pay it.
K, the advisory of Androka, San, that we should look deeper and investigate this matter properly as a country.
Yes.
To forestall future occurrence.
Okay.
Absolutely.